We're back. We're back with Lalos Office, episode 3, I think this is. I don't remember how many episodes we were able to film back then, but we finally got it back. I got some people I want to interview that I met through TikTok, and I'm happy, very happy to be interviewing this person today. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, you should really get to know him. Here we go. I'm very happy to do this.
Yo,
Oh, we are El Compasote Alexis Anaya, bro. How you doing?
what's up, G? How's it going?
Just chilling here, man. I'm happy to be here, dude. I'm excited to start this thing I used to do all over again, and I'm really glad you were down to do this with me. I really appreciate it, for real.
Hell yeah, bro. You know I got you. I appreciate you reaching out, man, and being interested enough to interview me and ask me about all this stuff, man. I'm hyped.
Got you. Yeah. So the way I want to do is, when I did this the first time, I had like a set of questions like I would ask, but I kind of prefer doing it like in a new way, where just I want to do everything raw. You know, talk about music, getting to know the other person more.
Yeah, bro. Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, bet. So I met you through TikTok, right? When I was coming up, I guess you could say. And it's like, I feel like we interacted. I remember seeing your comments in my videos, and I would follow you back, and I was like, oh, this dude. My first impression when I saw your videos, I was like, bro, this dude's tutorials and tips and stuff like that. His videos are they're crispy as fuck. They're like I've told you before. I was like, bro, you're doing God's work out here, and like you explain it in such a friendly and understandable way. It's like so cool. So like, what made you get into wanting to make these videos and, you know, help people out like this?
Hell yeah, man. I mean, I've been playing guitar for a minute now. I've said in a few videos I've been playing for around 15 years, on and off. Nothing too crazy until about last year when I started posting these videos, and I was just realizing, like, I have this passion, I have this knowledge, I have this ability to teach that a lot of people have told me that just comes naturally, and I can help explain things for people. I've helped people realize easy things on the guitar and really just upgrade their knowledge and their skill like instantly. And I was like, why not just start making videos? Like, I used to make videos for my Miata. I have a 2004 NB Miata, and I used to work on it, fix it up, and I would record TikToks for it, and it was really fun. And then I realized, like, I should do the same thing for guitar. Why not? I've always looked at tutorials. I've always tried to learn myself, and I've always kind of felt like some of them were a bit lacking in explaining how easy the things really connect and how easy theory could be, especially in regional. And there's not a lot of tutorials out there in English, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna try to bridge that gap, help those people that don't speak Spanish, can't access those tutorials that are all out there about this music, and just, you know, help people help people reconnect with their roots and all that.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. How you say that, you know, you would look at your own, let's say you were trying to look up something for yourself and it wasn't really helping you, so you kind of wanted to do things your way. And that's kind of like what I experienced too. It's like when I was learning how to play the bass, I would look at all these tutorials on YouTube, and they weren't really helping me. But it's like they weren't really helping me, but I took what I could get from those tutorials, and, you know, I started putting them together, playing for myself, uploading videos of me playing, and that's when people wanted tutorials. And then it's like, I just had this drive in me to be like, I just want to make it as easy as I needed it to be when I started.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's just a cool thing. And there's something like about you that I've learned from your videos that kind of had me really interested. And you mentioned once before that you're a substitute teacher, and I just think that's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, bro. It's recent. I just barely started subbing like in October. I've been trying to get into it for a minute, but man, they were lacking, and they would just not respond to my emails, and I was working at other places and not really vibing. And then I finally got into it, and I realized, like, I can connect with kids there and teach them to play too. I take my guitar every time I go sub for a class, and if the kids are good, I'll play some songs. If they're interested, I'll show them how to play. I've been telling them I'm trying to do lessons now, so I'm trying to like recruit, get that interest, and help these kids out. Because if someone like that would have been in my life when I was young and still playing, like, I started playing when I was like 8, maybe 8 or 9. If someone had like gotten me into this music from then, I would be insane right now, bro. But I didn't have that drive, I didn't have that role model, you know.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I just think that's cool, and I could definitely get like the educator vibes from you whenever how you explain your videos, how you do it such like in this way. It's really easy to understand. It's like I said, you have like this friendly vibe to you, and I feel that too. It's like when I want to like share, like I like showing my niece my guitars and playing for her, and I don't know, it's just fun, teaching what you know about something you love.
Yeah, definitely, man. There's something about it. Like, I love sitting in my room and playing guitar alone, doing my own thing, learning all these songs. But when you play for other people, when you play with other people, it's just like a whole new world, bro. It's connecting. It's what life is about. It's like, it drives me to keep going, bro. So that's what I've been chasing.
Got you, got you. I understand that you have like a rare guitar. Can you tell me something about that?
A rare guitar. It's not that rare, but yeah, I got it right here. I could show it on video. It's a Takamine F600S. It's 1976, the serial number on the inside, so it's a vintage old guy. It's got the Takamine Martin logo from when there was like a little cease and desist letter where Takamine was copying a bunch of guitar designs from like Gresh, Martin, and a bunch of different ones. And they are really rare because it's basically a Martin guitar. It's basically a built Martin, but for the price of like a quarter of the price. I got it for like $400 at a yard sale. And the aged wood, dude, it's like 50 something years old. When wood ages for that long naturally in the sun and just through conditions, like it opens up the pores and the sound rings like crazy, like nothing you've ever heard. And with the octave strings on it right now, it sounds insane. I'm actually gonna put a bridge doctor on it today. I'm thinking of doing a video and finally biting the bullet. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's a beauty, dude.
Yeah, I was like, it seems like it's an old guitar and you have it in like great condition. I always wondered if you did something to it, or at least put a bridge doctor on it, because a lot of these newer guitars, they probably start warping after a couple years, depending on how much you play it.
Yeah, I had this bridge doctor. I bought it like probably in like November, December, and I've had like two pairs of strings, extra light, like 9 gauge guitar strings, which are usually only for electric guitars, but I found some D'Addario ones I had to order from like England, but I've been scared to do it, bro. I don't want to drill the hole in my guitar. I don't want to mess it up, and I love the octave string sound too, so.
You got strings from England?
Yeah, dude, I tried to get them on Amazon and a bunch of different places. I couldn't find them anywhere, but I knew that these .9 gauge strings existed. And on the inside of the guitar, it actually says use silk strings or extra light gauge. And the elixirs are already 9s. Those are extra light as they are, but still, I was like, I want to go even safer because those are 10s. The elixirs are actually 10s. They don't have 9 gauge elixirs. So I was like, I got to find something even like thinner so that it's safer for the guitar. But on top of that, I just found out, I had watched a video recently of this guy saying that it's actually not the case that doubled strings put more tension on the guitar. And if you think about it, like a bass string is way thicker and you have to tune it to way less tension to get it to pitch, right? So an octave string goes way higher and the amount that you have to tune it increases the tension on the guitar way more than if you had just another like E string or another A string. And so I was thinking about it, I was like, damn, wait, that's actually a good point. And so I'm like, why does everybody use bridge doctors then? Like, they still lift, right, when people double them. So I don't know, I'm still kind of trying to figure it out.
Yeah, those Requinto problems, man. That's why I tried to get into Requinto a while back. I I got an Ibanez. It was an Ibanez Requinto. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. And then actually, it was an Ibanez Requinto. And I was like, fuck it, I fucking love hearing the Requinto. And you know me, like, it's like how I started with bass. I started trying to learn Requinto off of tabs, and I just try to get into it. But I was like, I don't know. I tried a couple minutes a day, every day, and it just I don't know if it's playing guitar is just one of those things where you really have to put in work. Because that's why I picked up the bass. I was like, oh, the bass looks easy. I'm gonna do it. It's only a couple strings, you know, and it wasn't that easy, like as I thought. You know, you actually have to put a little work into it. You have to get your fingers used to it. But when I get to a guitar itself, like Armonia guitar, I've always like thought, it's like, how do you contort your fingers to pull off these chords? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I always told myself, I was like, maybe
it's a
this is just
tough
one of
one.
those things Yeah, it's like one of those things that you have to start from an early age so that your fingers can take the shape. And so it's like I don't know, but like, what do you think? Do you think somebody who hasn't played a day in their life guitar, like armonia guitar, do you think they could start like today and then get to a good point if they actually get put in the work?
Yeah, man, definitely. I don't think it's ever too late to learn anything. As long as you put in the time and you look for the worthy resources, the ones that are actually going to help you out. Like, I was just talking to my cousin about this in Mexico because he was trying to learn the violin and then he tried to go to the guitar, but he couldn't get his fingers to hit the chords right. And like, he would mute the strings and he would not be able to press them down. And it's true, it's tough, especially with the 12 string, with double the strings and double the tension. It's really hard to get those chords to sound clean, but like anything, it's just gonna click one day. Like you have to keep trying, you have to keep adjusting your fingers, adjust your wrist, your forearm until eventually you feel like this is the spot, this is it, and it's gonna click. And then ever since then, you're gonna keep adapting, you're gonna find your style, you're gonna find what's comfortable. And if you take lessons, if you have a good guitar teacher, they'll teach you how to hold it right too. So that's another thing that's really important. I never took any lessons. I wish I did, but I'm hoping that I can help people out now and get them set on the right path.
Got you. What musicians or guitarists did you watch? Going through this journey of like playing the guitar, playing the quinto to where you are now? Like, what were some YouTubers or TikTokers or I don't know any people in general that you would watch and you would learn from?
Yeah, bro. I think the clear one is Carlos Ulises Gomez, bro. Vilan Garcia's requintista back in the day. Vilan Garcia was one of my favorite artists when I first started listening to regional and everything. And those requintos that Carlos would hit, like man, they were beautiful. He was one of my biggest inspirations for sure. Jonathan Ibarra when he had those gros requintos and all that. They were super fire. Ariel Camacho, I didn't really listen to him too much, but I knew of him, and I would see those requintos. I would see people play the requintos, and I was just like, I got to do that, bro. I'm gonna learn how to do that.
And my favorite de quinto right now, I think it's basic, but it's dope as hell. Is the one on AMG. You know that?
Oh yeah,
Can you do
yeah.
that? Can you play that? Like, are you able to?
Uh, I could probably play it. I don't know it like off the top of my head right now, so I wouldn't be able to bust it out. But if you give me like 5 minutes, I'd be able to play it and learn it. It's not that hard.
If you're ever down to post a cover, bro, or send a vid, bro, I love hearing it.
I got you, bro. I'll do a video soon.
Bet. Do you have any other 12 strings?
Yeah, I do. I have a Fender, the CD60. It's like in a case in the corner of my room right now. But that thing always had super high action, and I was never able to fix it because the truss rod on the inside was stripped, and I kept trying to adjust it, and it wouldn't work. But recently, I actually found like a good Allen wrench that fit pretty right, and I was able to adjust it and fix it. It just has pretty crappy strings on it right now. I'm not gonna say which strings they are, but I made a video on them. I wouldn't really recommend them to be honest, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Do you have a dream 12 string?
Oh man, there's a lot, bro. Obviously, I want to get a JJ one day. I think the JJ is probably like the most beautiful takamine. That deep red, that cream pick guard. That cream pick guard is what inspired me to put the cream on this one, especially because it matches with the outside inlays and all that.
This is a funny
But
story, but I had a friend who got a G series, right? It was a G series.
the red one.
Yeah, he got the red one and he put the white pickguard on it. And
Oh
in the
man.
beginning, I didn't know a lot about like 12 strings or anything like that. Like I knew general stuff like
Yeah.
about takamine and G series and the JJs.
Mhm.
But it's like, oh yeah, this is my JJ, and it was just the G series with the white pickguard, and I was like, bro.
Dang. Yeah, no, that's a little cringe. If you have a G series, rock it as a G series. Don't try to make it look like a JJ's or a Legacy, you know. But
Tell me about your bass. You have was it an Ibanez that you said you had?
yeah, my electric bass is an Ibanez Geo, the little micro series, dark green. I don't know the number of it. And then I have the Cordoba Mini too, my little Bajoloche. My friend lets me borrow his 5 string Ibanez a little bit, but I just gave it back to him, so I don't have that one in my possession right now. But those are the only two I got at the moment.
I've low-key looked into Ibanez basses before. I haven't been a huge fan of Ibanez, but will give them credit that they do make really good quality stuff for cheap. So what do you think
Yeah.
about your Ibanez bass? Is it good? Is it something that I should probably consider about getting on my next bass?
Yeah, dude, they're good, especially the Geo series. I would say they're perfect for beginners trying to get into it because they get the job done. And if you get them set up right, you get the right strings on it, and you know how to play it, it's gonna sound good. Like you know how they say, "No es la guitarra, es el mono." So honestly, they're good, and then their higher quality basses too are really really good. Their pickups are nice. I think for sure it's a good brand.
All right, tell me about your interest in music right now. Like your favorite artist, your favorite type of genre to listen to specifically. What are you into?
Bro, I've been spamming the clásicas lately. I've been listening to a lot of Miguel y Miguel, Los Cuates de Sinaloa, Vicente Fernandez, all that kind of stuff. I've been really going back to the roots to try to listen to the OG stuff and learn the basic adornos. Everybody's been asking me for adornos lately, and like the new music like Nata, Fuerza Regida, Herencia de Patrones. Obviously, I've been listening to that this whole time too. But those adornos are a little more complicated than like the traditional corrido, traditional norteño campirano stuff. So I'm trying to start from like the ground level, learn all of that stuff, learn how to explain it to everyone, and then move on to the more advanced stuff. Cause Herencia de Patrones, those fools are crazy, dude. Like sometimes I'll be listening to their requintos, their adornos. I'm like, what are they playing, dude? Like, nah, I can't make a tutorial on this. So yeah, dude, Miguel y Miguel, honestly, they're oh my god, they have some good songs, dude.
I remember when I was getting into this like because I wasn't always into like the regional genre, all this Spanish music, what is now these tumbados or corridos or whatever like that. Like back until the age I was like 18, I think I was like 18 when I really actually started getting into this, and it's like I'm
Yeah.
22 now. And it's like back when I didn't listen to this music, it's like I didn't like it. I was like, please turn this off, put something else on. But it's like I love it, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
love these classics that you're talking about. More specifically, I like
Yeah, dude.
Los Cardenales, Los Cadetes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into this music, or have you been into this type of music your entire life? Or tell me about that.
No, it was the same for me, bro. Like the first song I ever heard that made me fall in love with this genre was uh what's it called? It's by Adriel Favela. It's man, what's it called? I can't remember. It's like Si te acuerdas de tu amiga. Es por eso te cambié. I forget what it's called, but it was an Adriel Favela song that was on the radio when I got off work. I was washing dishes at a sushi place, and I got off work and I turned on the radio, and this song was bumping. I was like, dang, this is a banger. And I Shazammed it and I found the song. I started listening to more Adriel Favela. I found Virlan Garcia. I started listening to a bunch of stuff. And I just went from there and I fell in love with it, man. It just like it struck a nerve with me. Like it just felt right. Like I listen to songs and it feels like in my bones. It feels right. It feels good. It makes me want to move. It makes me want to grab a guitar, pop open a bottle, like drink a beer, you know?
Fucking pop the caguamas, bro.
Yeah, bro. Throw out a grito. It's like I can't hold it in. I just have to.
I've always said it's like it got for me music got to the point where I was like it's like listening to it isn't enough anymore. I need to play it.
Yeah, bro.
It's like I don't know, playing along with a song that you really like is just a different type of feeling for real.
Dude, yeah. Yesterday on the plane ride back from Chihuahua, I was bumping some Miguel y Miguel and just listening to like the segunda, the way that they sing when they do the segundas and like the requintos, the adornos they throw in there. I'm just like, dude, this is so good. And it's so simple too. It's like two chords all the time. Just primera, segunda. And they just, dude, it's crazy.
Isn't that wild? Like as musicals, when we listen to a song, we have like this ability to like separate each instrument and listen to it like individually,
Yeah,
and you're just there like judging it. You're like, okay.
Yeah, you could hear like the armonia in your left ear, you hear the requinto on the right, you hear the bass in the background. Like I was never able to hear the bass until I started playing bass. And now that I listen, I'm like, dude, these old fools got down, man. These OGs just, oh my god. Oh, it paused on me. Oh, hold up, let me check. Stop that. Oh, wait, no, it is. It is recording, my bad. I got like 15 minutes left. This tripod I have I got it at Walmart and it just doesn't stay still, bro. I had to put like a shimmy and like some cardboard in here. It's thick, bro.
So I just wanted to know that I was really happy for you when you reached 1K followers. I was like, damn, this dude's he's really getting it. And it's like, it's really good to see you grow. How do you feel now that you're at 2K?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I didn't expect to grow so fast. I didn't expect to get that many followers. And now they just keep coming in, and like it's crazy that I don't think I know 2,000 people in my whole life. Like I don't think I've met that many people. And now there's all those people that whenever I make something, like it's gonna pop up on their page. Like that's crazy to think about. And it's just cool that I keep reaching more people. I'm branching out and I'm able to connect with more people, and more people are gonna see that there's good content out there that hopefully will help them out. And what I'm really trying to do is honestly just trying to help people figure out things for themselves and not have to rely on tabs and rely on people making tutorials. Like I want to show people how to learn how to hear music and learn how to figure out music because it's really simple.
And the way you explain it, you make it very simple too. You put things in the video because you watch a tutorial on YouTube and you get so lost. You try something else, but like I've said, sorry for keep mentioning this, but it's like you put this like in a very like friendly vibe, and it's just cool. And I know there's a lot of people doing the same thing that you and I are doing it, but what could separate creators from one to another is like the way you explain things in your visualizers and stuff like that. And like I've said before, your videos are crisp. They have really good visualizers and you explain everything pretty good, and that's pretty dope. And I'm here praying for your growth, and I hope you make it pretty big and get to be one of those huge names that are whenever you think of Requinto or TikTok or people who get tips and stuff like that. I hope like you're one of those people that people think about when it's like, oh yeah, Alexis Anaya, that dude on TikTok, really helps me out. And how you said, yeah, like making these connections through TikTok, it's crazy and it's wild, but it's like it's really cool how you can actually make these connections and make these friends off of the same interest. I know I made connections on my own that I'm really thankful for. I met some artists. I've had interactions with actual big artists like that I'm into, and so that I think that's pretty dope.
For real, like Conexión Divina, bro. Like just commenting on their stuff, like them actually acknowledging my comments. Like I saw them live, their first show. I didn't get to meet them, unfortunately. I tried so hard to find them, and then they told me, they're like, "Oh, we were waiting. We were trying to see if we could find you too, but we didn't know where you were at." I was like, "Bro," I was trying to get a pick guard sign. I was like, "That's crazy." Like TikTok is different for that too. It's like so much easier to relate with people, and I feel like comments on a TikTok seem to be like a lot more personal than comments on other apps, and it's like that people just see them more,
I love Conexión Divina too. I remember when I saw them posting like early covers back in the day, then seeing them blow up, that was pretty cool. And fucking,
yeah, bro.
The one song goes pretty hard, la de Odio.
Yeah, Odio's a banger, bro.
That bass line is so. I love that bass line, but I was trying to figure it out, and it was really interesting to me because the first tono it's a me, right?
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned this before when I was trying to learn it. You're the one that helped me out because I was trying to get that little like mid part, and I was like, I don't know, there's something in there different because I always thought it was one of those songs where it was just like 3 tonos on the same string.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, and then you dropped a video on it, and I was like, oh, that's how it is. Bet. Yeah. But I like that bass line, and it's different from the other ones I played because it plays on an open me, and it's like, oh, that's wild, and it's like I just think it's super genius how Sandra Calixto, I think her name is, how she pulls it off.
Crazy with it.
Well, I really appreciate you doing my first interview again. I'm really this is something I'm trying to bring back. I really appreciate you being down to do this with me. I hope we can do this again. We can grow together and come back and talk about what's been going on. But I really appreciate it. I wish you the best on your growth, man. For real, you're doing God's work for real.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on here, man. It's an honor, bro. And I hope a lot of people see my videos, see me on here, and check me out. Promise it's gonna be worth it. You won't regret it. And yeah, let's just keep making some music. Let's keep making good content, bro. And whenever you want, bro, I'll hop on. I'm down.
Got it, bro. I fuck with the vision, bro. Thank you, man. You have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you too. Have a good one.